Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be showing you guys this 7-foot Giannis Antetokounmpo build on NBA 2K24. Now, although the Milwaukee Bucks were just knocked out of the in-season tournament, Giannis has been having a spectacular season, and he is definitely showing everybody that he is still in the conversation for being the best player in the world. But with all that out of the way, man, let's get started with today's video. Let's go. Guys, the holiday season is coming up, and that means it is time to do some shopping, and there's no better gift to give to basketball fans than a jersey which you could buy at pristinejerseys.com. You're gonna find a bunch of super high quality jerseys that you can get at an affordable price on this website. Link is going to be in the description down below. All right, so when making a Giannis build, you have a bunch of heights that you can make the build at. You could go 6'10", 6'11", and 7 foot as well, because there are some points in his career where he was listed at 7 foot, and there is some dispute about what his actual height is. So for this video, we're gonna be making a 7-foot version of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Weight's going to be 242 pounds with a 7'6" wingspan. All right, now starting things off in the finishing, we're going to have a 91 driving layup to get slithery on gold, as well as a bunch of other really good layup badges on Hall of Fame, which include 2-step, scooper, and float game. We're also going to have an 87 driving dunk on this build, so we can get just the basic contact dunk animations on this build. We're not going to get the off 1 pro contact dunks, just the off 2 with this build. But we do get plenty of big man contact dunks on this build because we are going with a 90 standing dunk, so we can get the elite big man standing contact dunks. When you combine having a 90 plus layup, but almost a 90 driving dunk with a 90 standing dunk, you're just going to be a dominant force in the paint. Now, when it comes to the argument of whether or not to put post control on a Giannis build in this year's game, I don't like putting post control on these type of builds. Although Giannis does have a bit of a post game, it's not really one of the biggest parts of his game, and he really is, well, just run at the rim and either go up with a layup or go up with a dunk. But now let's get to these finishing highlights, and man, there is a lot of them. You're going to be an insane lob threat on this build because you're also going to get aerial wizard on Hall of Fame with this build. And look at this right here, getting the rebound, got finishing takeover. We're taking this coast to coast, hit a blowout dribble, hit another blowout dribble, going the other way, and we gonna dunk and yam that on the whole freaking team. Dude, this build is absolutely insane. Look at this bully ball just running straight into people, getting that bulldozer to activate, and it's just crazy, man. And it's kind of weird how this game is, because usually when I play on specific NBA players, I like to replicate their style as much as possible, and when I'm playing on a Giannis build that has no post control, my mindset is definitely run to the rim, throw my shoulder into whoever's guarding me, and just trying to go up with a layup or a dunk. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that is actually pretty feasible on this build. You can really just run through people, push them out the way with the bulldozer, and then just go up with a layup or change it up, hit them with Euro steps, hop steps. Everything is at your disposal. And let's say you don't beat somebody to the basket. Let's say they're waiting down there for you. Well, that's perfect. You just run right into them, get as low into the paint as possible, get in that dead zone, and hit them with the standing dunk meter, because those things are disgusting this year. And if you get in that dead zone and meter dunk, it is going in 10 times out of 10. Then if they really just sit way too low in the paint, that's when you start hitting them with the floaters. And you guys saw that right there. I pretty much just ran through 2 people, started doing a Euro step, and it went from being not open layup to an open layup somehow. But hey, man, I don't understand finishing in this game just yet, okay? I haven't really gotten into my slasher bag. I don't really understand the ins and outs of this whole situation, but man, layups are kind of OP sometimes, especially the Euros and the hop steps. And although this build is a big, heavy 7-foot center, you can still definitely move in transition with those blowout dribbles, as you guys saw in pretty much all the clips that I've been showing you guys today. But yeah, no, man, long story short, this build is an elite finisher, and now let's move on to the shooting. All right, so when it comes to the shooting, we're going to be going with an 84 mid-range just to get catch and shoot on gold, as well as blinders and deadeye on silver. Now, Giannis is actually a pretty decent mid-range shooter, so we're going to give him an 84 mid-range just to get some better shooting badges as well as better jump shot. Now, he is not a super consistent 3-point shooter, so we ended up giving him a 65-3, which is definitely hittable in this game once you have better jump shots and better shooting badges because of that higher midi. But now let's move on to the shooting highlights. And man, listen, the one nice thing about that 84 midi is you can definitely shoot some shots off of the dribble, which is going to help you set up your drives in later situations. And oh my goodness, that's a contested midi fade shot clock buzzer beater. That is crazy. And look at this right here, man. That's that KD fade. You can only get that once you hit starter 3, and I hit that recently, so understand that that's not a move that you guys can do. You're probably gonna just have to use basic fade or Dirk Nowitzki fade, but I got starter 3, so I'm gonna be using KD fade, and it is miles better than any other fade animation that you can get on this this build. Now listen, if you haven't used a 65 three-pointer in this game, or if you are just not a good three-point shooter in this game, maybe don't make this build unless if you are up to the challenge, okay? Some people say shooting is very hard in this year's game. Some people say shooting is kind of easy, and I'm more into that section of people where I think shooting is relatively easy in this game, especially if you know your timing. But when I'm using builds with a low three-pointer, it really does not feel that hard at all, but I know a lot of other people feel differently, especially people that don't play the game as often as I do. But again, man, if you guys think you're a good shooter in this game, make this build. If you don't think you're a good shooter in this game, or you're kind of just scared of using a low three-pointer, again, make this build at your discretion, okay? I don't want to lean you guys in one way or the other, making you guys think that it is super easy to time with a low three-pointer. But if you guys need the best jump shot available, this is going to be it right here. Base, Jonathan Isaac. Release 1, Tim Duncan. Upper, release 2, Franz Wagner. Maximum speed, you see the blends. It's an A+ speed for a big man jumper, which is fantastic in this year's game. And it's also got a really good release height, which is a very good thing to have in this year's game as well. All right, now moving on to the playmaking, you're going to get a 77 pass accuracy for bronze needle threader, as well as silver relay passer, as well as silver break starter, which are very important passing badges to have in this game. We're also going to have a 65 ball handle, which is going to get you access to big driver on gold, and it also gets you Giannis Antetokounmpo size up escape package as long as you have hit starter 3. However, if you have not hit that rep rating, you can also use normal or Joel Embiid, which are still both really great packages that you can use at this low of a ball handle rating. And then speed whip all to 56. Realistically, you just need to go 55 to get gold big driver, but I didn't really have anywhere to put that extra attribute point, so it went to speed whip all. Like I mentioned earlier on in this video, that 75 pass accuracy is going to get the job done. Look at this right here. Hands up contest. We're getting stops. We're throwing the breaks. It's an accurate pass. It's pretty much going to get everything done that you need to get done. It is a serviceable pass accuracy rating. It's not 91. It's not 96. It's not 98. It's going to get the job done. It's 75. It's not something that's going to make you throw balloons all over the place and it's going to have the basketball just floating in the air super slowly to its target. You're going to get the ball there on time with some velocity. And then here are the rest of the animations that I was using on this build. Obviously, I have access to other animations that you guys don't have because I am starter 3, but you guys see I'm pretty much using every single Giannis Antetokounmpo animation that I have available, and they're all pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, overall, these are all the animations I'm using. All right, so now moving on to the defense, we're going to have an 82 interior defense for post move lockdown on silver, a 66 perimeter defense, a 60 steal for bronze interceptor, a 78 block for bronze anchor, as well as silver chase down artist, a 60 offensive rebound paired with an 85 defensive rebound for silver rebound chaser, as well as gold box out beast. Now, before you guys yell at me for the 85 defensive rebound, because I know people think, oh, a silver rebound chaser is troll. It is not troll. If you know how to properly box out in this game, especially in rec, you're not going to have an issue getting rebounds, unless if you run into like a 99 offensive rebound pure inside center. And sure, they'll probably get a couple offensive rebounds over you, but I hate to break it to you, that was going to happen even if you had gold or Hall of Fame rebound chaser yourself. Offensive rebounds in this game are just kind of weird. Now, I did have defensive highlights kind of sprinkled throughout the rest of this video, as you guys saw earlier, and I actually surprisingly did not have a whole lot of defensive clips on this build. I only played like 3 or 4 games on this build just trying to get clips for this video. But again, man, this is a very good build, and just a couple things I'd like to mention when you guys can see the full build. 92 strength for that gold bulldozer, as well as an 84 vertical to get aerial wizard on Hall of Fame. Everything else is you can adjust things here and there. If you want to get post control, if you want to get more rebounding, it's totally up to you. You can customize this build however you want. But once you come out of the My Player Builder, you're going to get the player comparisons of Evan Mobley, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Thurl Bailey? Is that his name? I'm a casual when it comes to basketball. I apologize in advance. You get the build name inside the arc threat, and I am out of here, man. Peace.